Turbine. That allows the water to hit the impeller inside the turbine and it speeds the whole thing up. It brings it up to working speed. So there you have an environmental stream where you have energy with no pollution. Now we're going to go hammer and tongs. We're going to strike while the iron's hot. But an interesting thing to watch is how James starts and stops the hammer. Just leave it. Starting to take shape and you can feel the heat coming off it. That'll give you some idea of the heat that would have built up in the mill because they worked from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, 6 days a week. They made 1 spade per person per hour. There was 12 people working here, so they made roughly 144 spades per day, all giving off heat. You had 2 hearts giving off heat. So going hammer and tongs really was hot and heavy work. So you can see how the science came about. Now they made 171 different shapes of spade in Ireland alone, and 3,000 dozen spades a year made in this spade mill, and 37 spade mills making something similar amounts of spade. Big demand for spades. So we took our billet, we beat it out to the rough length in which we require it. The technical name for that was plating, and that is a plating hammer, somewhere in around 200 years old. Still working perfect today. It's then carried in next door where we trim it up using a hand guillotine. It's then brought back into the mill, reheated in the hearth and put into this press. This is a modern version of the old water-powered press. It does exactly the same job, but it's much faster. It gives the spade its shape. That's called the lift, and that's called the dish. While we have it clamped in there, we have a big chisel, the shape of a shaft, called a mandrel. And we drive the mandrel down between the straps, and that opens up the socket that we made earlier on in the billet. And that is all one piece of steel. But it's mild steel, and mild steel is very soft, so we have to add strength to it. Now, The very fact we gave it the lift, the dish, and drove a socket into it for the shaft to go into, all those things help to strengthen it. The other thing we do to add strength to it is we leave it thick in the centre, tapering out either side. We leave it thicker at the edge, tapering into the middle, and we hammer it in a V shape to put those ribs in it like corrugation in a tin roof, or your own ribs in fact, all done by eye. And all those things add strength to it, and that's called forging, where you heat, hammer and shape steel, but it's still not enough. The most important thing we do, and the simplest thing we do, is to heat it up red hot, dip it into cold water, and that hardens and tempers it. Once you take a piece of mild steel that has been forged and then tempered, it will ring. And you can still hear it ringing. Here we have exactly the same piece of mild steel, cut from the same bar. It's been forged but not yet tempered. So your instincts will tell you the piece that rang was the harder of the two, although they both came from that one bar of steel. And the spade maker kept all those hints and tips to himself. He would hand it down to the oldest son, to the next oldest son, and sadly it died out. This is the last surviving water-powered, hand-forged spade mill in daily use that we know of in existence anywhere here in Ireland, the United Kingdom, the continent, and who knows after that. So if it hadn't have been for the National Trust, this old Irish craft would have been gone forever. So it's important that we look after the environment, it's important that we look after the industrial heritage. And they're just some of the things the National Trust's about, and that's why it's so important to support the National Trust.